Hello. Hello, you brave training cadet person thing. Hi. Okay, we are doing a training camp, which basically just means we're going to try and share knowledge, either through recording or through hands-on talking to people. So I'm going to start by showing you just the general clan training. So if you hold, so I'm using PlayStation, so all my instructions are PlayStation based, but you can just follow along by seeing whatever's on your screen. So if you go into the clan menu, you have this clan training at the bottom, but you can also just get there by moving over using L2 and R2, do the training, and then pressing triangle. You can pick whichever one you want. This is when you start the game, you get put into this. This is public. So this one, you're even more likely to get random people shooting at you, and then clan training if you're in a clan. So I'm just going to show you the clan training until about 1:15, and then I'm going to set up a series of custom matches. There'll be 2 bases in each. Oh, pistol. There'll be 2 phases in each. So that's good. So we have a friend in here. So training lasts for 1 hour before it kicks you out, but you can always then just jump back in. I think it's to let 32 people get in. So when you come here, it's just a big old map. It's whatever it wants to be. And you've got these different areas you can go to train. There is no fast travel as far as I know, but you can basically hover over the different icons and figure out where they are. So there are a couple of vehicles around, so there's dirt bikes and mountain bikes, and there's the car area, which seems to be the most recent cars they've added. So you've got your electric Blanca and the new e-bus, and the much wider than it appears ice cream truck because of this yawning. Also, the turning circle on this thing's horrible. Turbus. Actually, no, let's use the electric. So, I don't think you can spawn vehicles. I think it's literally just whatever's available. So there's 2 of these cars locations. Possibly 3. That's the second one. Then here is the trophy room, which used to be where you could get weapons. And then you've got the rangers stuff. I quite like using the bikes actually, because you can in the training room use these to jump off things. So oh yeah, you can't kill yourself in training. It's good. Private landing. Right, so if you want to, you can do a lot of different things. Most of these are shooting ranges, so this is a car shooting range. But there is also a little bit of flight training in the terms of you can go to these jump schools. And if you go to the desk, you can get thrown out of a plane and practice your parachuting. Whee! So you can, if you push on your left stick, it might, this also might depend on your custom thing, but if you push on the left stick and just keep diving, you can basically deploy your parachute at the last minute and hit the ground very, very quickly. Just keep pushing down and it should get you down to the floor much quicker, but you have to be pointing straight down. If you want to go further, I think someone said you want to basically stick to at 20, I think, to get really far. I think was the number someone else gave me. I found generally you can get to 10, so if you cut your chute before you hit the ground, you basically don't have to worry about the landing lag. So the main benefit of the training room is a little room over here, not too far away from where you are. You can see on the maps the practice range. Oh, practice range, I will show you. One good thing about this is you can also hear when anyone else is here, so as well as the number, you can kind of figure out where people are based on sounds. So let's go to the practice range. Ah, this isn't the door to the practice range. I was lied to. This is probably an arena. Yeah, it's an arena. Fighting. So this is the practice range. So we can set up this. So let's set up a 50-meter target. And then if we hold, in the case of this, hold the touchpad, you get the weapons. And you can basically go into these menus and just choose most guns. You can't get some weapons. I can't remember what. Then you can just look down the range. I failed. But yeah. You can also try different attachments and then just other stuff like just throwing a gas can in here. Yeah. There is actually a range on these things. So I know it's range 60. Did I hit it? Did I hit it yet? God damn it. You can tell I can't use these properly. Did it count? No. Well, fine then. I'll just use a... I'll use a shotgun. Sniper rifle, M24. Sight. So you can pick them. It'll automatically equip it to the weapon. You do have to get ammo. So you have to remember... This also teaches you what ammo, so... M24's M6. You can see on that little map, it tells you where you hit. Reset just removes all the marks. So this one's slightly different. It actually tells you when you hit something, so green, red. And then the number tells you where you hit. So obviously the more center mass, the better. I'm using a 15 scope, it's not brilliant. But you can obviously try learning how to lead the targets. It's better on the long distance ones for leading. It'll also teach you a bit about bullet drop. But not a great deal. No, Valerie, you're lying. It's perfectly fine for the hands of host. It's clearly just very bad aim. There is also a... somewhere. I think we can get into a fight with people. I've never done it though. Yeah, I think the 800 is the longest range. Yeah, so you've got 200. The racetrack's quite fun. This is a loop if you want to try doing that, and this is just a pure ramp. So yeah. Trying to hit target all the way down there teaches you about ranging and about using these little lines, like the 700 one. Obviously zooming in and out changes things. So if I want to go 700, do I have to go here? I can't remember. Left L1 on mine control scheme holds my breath. I don't think you need to actually adjust that much for... I think I hit that. Or Groblin did. Groblin's really sneaky like that. He likes to sneak. I don't know if I can kill myself by holding my breath. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. You're more stable when kneeling or prone. Prone is lying down. Right. Whee! Okay. Oh, someone hit that one. Don't think it was me. No, it can't be me. Right. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of dropped frames, and I think it's because my brother is off fighting for liberty at the same time. We are in the clan training ground for now. You! Oh, well done. Oh, no. You! Just got shot in the back. Oh, look, FAMAS. I can't remember what ammo FAMAS use. Some guns do come with ammo in them. The Lynx does. I don't think the FAMAS does. Is the FAMAS 5.56? It's 5.56. Yeah. So you can, you can't die, which is good. You can do all the little practices. Hello, Guna. Ah! Is that Valerie running around? That's also a good thing. If you team up, you can also do practicing, but you can't actually talk to each other in clan chat, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Ian, I'm gonna have to turn off your stream, see if that helps. Right, I did actually say I was gonna change its 1:15, so let's leave trading and get something sorted. Nope. Menu and leave trading. I mean, if it's probably noticeable too bad. I saw it then. It is really choppy. I think the YouTube side is quite happy. I think it must be. I'm not trying to do a duplicate, just show me what it looks like. That. It's all lowercase. I put a password up earlier that's all uppercase. Just go for lowercase. I don't think I can pin my own messages. Oh no, I seem to be able to. Yay! It's dropping frames, like, who knows? So, just in case, just in case, just in case. It is just losing a lot of frames. I'm losing about 40. Which basically means half the stream is gone. Sorry, guys. I'm going to leave red zones on, so you'll have to look out for them. Recall off. Actually, recall on. Care packages up. That. I've said I'm not touching that ape spawn, so everything's I will try and get this set up. It might be that we all need to go into team one and then just talk in team one as well. Trying to quickly grab the image of the image training. Did I call it bootcamp? No, I called it training. Right, so now this lets you put 1,000 in, but you can't actually have that long. Leave everything else. You can like do a max of like 70 minutes or something, I think. I mean, really, after 50, I'm going to leave it like that. If you manage to survive through Facebook, congratulations, but it's also a sign that you should probably not have got. I mean, if you manage to survive when I shrink it practically to 0, then that'll be that. Right, save the settings. No, I don't want to save the settings. Right, so 2 phases. Everything else is basically switched on. It's kind of looking like this. I'll try. The thing is, I don't know if a stream reboot will help, but I'll just have. If I stop streaming, it'll stop it because it's on auto stop. I'm not sure I can pick back up in the same stream. It might be just a case of everybody goes to Discord for talking rather than watching a stream. I mean, or just all team in one. I don't think I can change the YouTube side from auto stop while it's active. Yes, I want to manage this, please. Oh, I can turn off auto stop. Let's turn off auto stop. We recommend you use a stream rate of 6,000-8,000. I mean, that might also be why, because my... The thing is, last time it was complaining about my output. Let's thingy down the bitrate and see if that helps. Let's quickly look for the YouTube bitrate. Doo-doo-doo. On stream. Right, so minimum bitrate for what I'm doing, which I believe is 1440/30 or 1440/60. 1080/60 is what it says I can do. So max is 4 and then 10 is the top. So let's change this output down. Let's see if that helps. Let's go to this number. So I'm going to lower the amount of frames that I'm trying to send up. See if that helps instead of stopping the stream. Does it recommend 6,800 in the back? And I was doing a lot more than that. So it's probably my problem because I set it up so high. Okay. Here we go. Recommended bitrate for H264, which might be what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm doing H264. The recommended bitrate setting for this is 12 megabyte, which is 12,000. We'll put it slightly higher for the 14K one. No, stick to the 12. Right. Okay, it's looking more stable now, potentially. How is it for you guys on the other side? Did I did I overdo it by doing a lot more KP than I needed to? Probably. Go up to live, see my thing. Stream health is excellent, it says. Yeah, so I'm using a higher bitrate than it's suggested, but not so high that it's far too much. So yeah, it's just me. rather than the recommended 6,800, I was doing 20 22,533.94. So, triple? Maybe even 4 times the amount? So that, my bad. Definitely my bad. Yeah. I don't... The problem is, I've not had this... I've never really... Outside of my live streams with this, I've not really known what to do, and I'm pretty sure last time it was too low and it was complaining. So now I went far too high. Wait. Anyway. So I think what I'm going to have to say is, I know I was splitting us up into team, but I think we're going to have to push everyone into one team. That's funny. So what I'm going to say is, I'm just going to smush us all into one while there's not many people, and I'll just do that by putting the number down. No, that won't work. That's that. I'm just going to move everyone. That way I don't have... No. Move. Thank you, Valerie. And then I'll just start it, and we'll just have a few little... Not enough players? No! Oh, wait, no, I know what it is. You can all hear me. Curse you! But at least all together, you can at least sort of semi-chat. I know, Bexy! I realised that 5 seconds after pulling everyone into a team. And it really would need like a second PlayStation that I can use like a Smurf account on or something, just to sit in the Team 12 or something, all by themselves. I know I'm not allowed to die, but everything's been turned off. So everything's been turned off in terms of damage, except for the red zone. And you get two zones, so you can watch where the zone is going. So I'll start by teaching you all how to float a very long distance. Those you are watching this recording, which is hopefully a lot less stuttery now. This is half why I have a second computer, so that I can just watch the live stream. Right. I have to go through like so many menus just to get to the analytics. Stream health. I just want to watch the stream health, and then when stream health is sad, then I will be sad too. Whee! Oh yeah. So this is Erangel. This is the map for casuals. It's also, I think, one of the oldest maps out there and one of the larger maps. Not the largest. I think probably Miramar. Maybe even the new Rondo. Close to being two of the bigger ones. You will get basically zero knowledge from me other than what I've learned from other people / from playing games, because I'm not an expert and I do not research my stuff. So all the stuff I have absorbed, or half absorbed, comes from other people in the community, like Oaktang and Groblin and Blythe and Emily. Shotgun knowledge comes from people like Thomas and Dancers come from somewhere. So I'm going to jump out Zaki, and then I'm going to maybe head towards school, which is considered a long drop. So I'm picking the map here, but you can also, if I press L1, I can draw lines, which is good for sending people places or just doodling. Right, so eject and look up apparently makes you flow quite slowly. For long drops, the longer you want to go, the more soon you want to pull your parachute. For fast drops, the more you want to just point towards the ground. So if I deploy the parachute, I go for a long drop. If I don't push anywhere, I'll just stay still and fall straight down. So if I push forward and I get to about 12, I think it was, for long drops, it's considered quite good. Oh no, speed. 12 I think is quite good because you're still going forward and stuff. I tend to stay between 12 and about 20. I'm trying to go very far, so I'm just going to see how far to the coast I go. Long distance. Let's clean up the map. So yeah, PUBG is one of those ones where you can go into the inventories and look at things. So I personally prefer going to places like Roshawk. It's the centre of the map, which means when the circle goes wherever it fancies, you can generally run around. But there are other places that people like. Bolly is one. Delta is another. Delta. Anywhere that's named is generally a good place for collecting items. Any that isn't is generally good if you don't want to be too busy. So there's like some in the hills and stuff. So like here. You've got to always depend on how many people you are. So you wouldn't really take a team of 4 to like these hills because there's not really enough houses. Unless you're in a match with practically 0 bots. In which case you have time. If you're in a team, you can follow players, but the follow's a bit janky at times, in that it won't actually follow properly. Also, you have to be careful of pulling people into a tree. So yeah, this circle is where the blue is going to go next. So if you look above the map, which is the bottom right, you'll see it's counting down. That is when the circle will start moving in. When it starts moving in, the blue bar on the top will start moving across. The arrow is how far away from the circle. So you'll watch that arrow move away from that white spot as I go further out from the circle. That's how far away it is from catching up to you. So in 2 minutes, I can be very far away from the circle, which means that the blue will hit me faster. The blue, so it won't so matter here. When you get into the circle, when there's an inner circle, if the circle turns up over here, near quarry, if you're over here by boatyard, the blue circle will catch you much, much quicker because the circle is programmed to come in on a set velocity, and that's all sides coming in to the centre by that amount of time. So if you're at the boatyard, you're going to hit, the circle is going to catch up to you if you're running in towards this circle at quarry faster than if you were at Ferry Pier. So you've got to do that. You've got to keep an eye on that as well, how far away from the next circle you are, which is why you tend to find people will circle around us rather than going in directly, because one of the key things is looking after your lives. Right, that for me is yellow, but that is also a red circle. It's yellow for me because I have a colour mode on. But basically there's this area where you shouldn't really be in. For this one, it's be inside a building and you will get killed potentially by bombs. But you do get a warning. There's like a boom boom, which tells you when the bombs are actually going to drop. So the circle can be there for a while. Sometimes it just disappears anyway. That's a drop plane. So we get all the way from we got here, all the way from over here. So we went this far. Someone found a bite. So I can't remember how far these are. I think the giant black squares you can see are maybe a K. I'm not going to put my actual value on that. But then if you zoom in, you can see there's white squares. I'm afraid. I'm gonna get in this buggy. What I'd really like to find is hello, friend. So, cars, you have the accelerate, which is generally your trigger button. The brake, which is generally the other one, depending on your control scheme. Then there's also triangle, which is another brake, which is hand brake. So that is the brake you really want if you want to try drifting. So, also, if you press the L1 button, you boost, so you'll get more speed, but your fuel will go down. So if you look at the bottom left, you can see the vehicle, and you can see that you've got passengers in 2 seats. You can see the speed your car is going. You can see the fuel, and then the bottom bar is the health. So this helps you, other than visually looking at the car, tell how well your car is. Drift. But yeah, I don't think this brake helps with turning. It just literally locks up your wheels. So you can sort of do it, but this hand brake is much better idea. Always watch out for trees. There is some problems with PUBG in that the ground is not flat. Even off-road is usually a good way of getting yourself killed. There are places like this where you'll find vehicles, which are also fun. If I go back into, let me find a gun. So always find, when you first land anywhere, always find a helmet, a backpack, one weapon, even if you don't like it, and a shirt if you can, because those are the key to survival. You'll find a lot of people keep going until they've run out of a will run out into battle without a helmet. One of the biggest problems with the helmet problem is that I've got my character set up so that you don't see the helmet, you always see the cosmetic head, which means I can never tell if I'm wearing a helmet or not. You, as everyone else, will see that I'm not wearing a helmet because you'll still see my shark head. But the quick way to know if you're wearing a helmet or not is that bar at the bottom. So the bar at the bottom, which underneath is your health, is also your ammo. And the right hand side tells you how fast you can run, which is to do with boosts. I think the next symbol on the right is whether or not you've got something like an energy drink, which is boosting your healing. Then it's your lung capacity, which you can't really see. You'll see that if I'm holding my breath. I think I may have left someone behind. Then the left hand side has your bag, which shows your capacity, so the white tells you how full your bag is, although I don't think that bag will get full unless you're wearing a level 3. The helmet, which you can tell by the helmet sign if you're wearing a level 1 or 2. And then the one before that is the vest. So you can see I'm not wearing a vest currently, and based on the way that helmet looks, I'm wearing a level 1 helmet. I haven't got much in my bag. I am scattershot, just sending out information to you, by the way, so idea. If I shoot this tyre now, so as well as that being visually there, if you look at the diagram on the bottom left, you'll see that the tyre is now orange, which means that the tyre is gone. So it's less important on the buggy, where you can see the tyre. It's more so for things like the buses and stuff. So you'll hear someone popping your tyre from miles away. Also, they're really noisy on the ground at times. They do affect your ability to turn in some vehicles. This one actually seems quite stable. But usually you'll pop the tyres because it makes it so you can turn harder. See, I can't turn that corner as fast as I would have if I had that wheel. I think it's the... yeah. So yeah, you see the circle is coming in 2 minutes 50. This area, the circle coming faster, this area it won't. That is important to note. But you can see from the line that the line is at the first part of phase 2, which is how far from the zone I am. So that's important as well, because you can figure out how close the zone is to coming to get you. That blue area, I believe, turns red. Or does the number? The number turns red with a red exclamation mark when it's actually coming in. Yep. You can do tricks on motorbikes because you can actually flip. You can't so much on the vehicles. You can flip, you can definitely flip, and then you'll lose your ability to use your car. If I shoot more tyres on my car, so if your car's really damaged, it'll start smoking. Quite obvious. There it goes. See it's smoking? I don't think it's damaged enough for entropy. You can see under the fuel, it's all damaged. If you shoot it enough, it'll burst into flames, and then about 2 or 3 seconds later, it'll blow up. Don't be in a vehicle when it blows up. That's my main advice. You get a little bit of time, not much. Even less if you've rammed yourself into a wall. Yeah, so here's a level 2 vest. You can see I've now got an icon. Ooh, Sansa. Does the bag icon change? Oh, I'm still wearing a level 2. Let's change to a level 1. So yeah, you can also tell what backpack you're wearing by the items. So you can see the level 1 is a much skinnier backpack than the level 2. So that's how full my backpack is. The level 1, if you go into your actual menu, you can see next to the word inventory, there's like this bar. You can't because of the first aid kit. So yeah, there you can see that black bar that now has a red point in it. That has a very light colour in there that's a light grey. So you've got a white, which is how full your thing is, and you've got light grey, which is how much space you have. Then there's a bit more of that bar which tells you how much space you could have. So if you take off your vest, you'll actually lose that much space. That's why one of the reasons you grab your vest. Another thing to keep on is this utility belt. You can take that off for cosmetic reasons, but you'll actually be doing yourself a disservice. If I drop that, you can see I've lost space. You always want to bring a belt, and you always want to pick up a vest and a bag if you want to carry the most stuff. Suppressors. Yeah, so now switch to level 2 helmet. See the little icon change again. Useful. Adrenaline syringe. So let me check. You can take painkillers and stuff without being injured. It doesn't do much. It just basically means that you have an energy bar that doesn't do anything except help you run faster. So if I take this energy syringe, I'm going to get a full bar of boost. So above my health bar, there should be a yellow bar now. That is how long my boost will last. You can see the little man running. If I hold triangle to put away my weapon, I'll be running at the fastest, which is best if you're trying to get into the blue and you're not in danger of being shot. And then to the right of that is the fact that I'm healing, which is what you want if you want to get to 100%. Bandages and healing will only get you so far. Glider! I wish I had the gas can. I would show you glidering. The dirt bike's quite cool as well. So the dirt bike is one of the only motorbikes that you can only have one person on. Other ones you can usually get about 2, unless you've got a sidecar, which I think that someone said they're getting rid of in the game because they're not being used, but they don't really have a good turn circle. So the reason I like dirt bikes is if your left L3 stick, your left stick, if you can get a good enough jump on a dirt bike and hold in the left stick, you can do a trick. Let me see if I can do that before I die. No! Oh, 15 minutes is up. Time to move to the next map then. So, where was I planning to go to next? Karakin. Oh yes, I'm kind of doing these in maps of which ones are the most common, or rather, which are the most recent updated. But also which ones the P32 crew tends to go to. So Erangel you'll tend to go to because of casuals, which is where you'll go if you want to train without too much worry. There's about, I think the maximum is 12 players. Now I don't know if that's 4 teams maximum, or if it is literally just 12 people, and if you had 12 individuals they could be split up. But I'm pretty sure you can only go into casuals either as a squad of 4 or a squad of 4 with no fill, which basically means no, that's not it. Hold on. Yeah, you can only go in as a squad of 4, which that one where it's got 4 people will autofill. The other one will not autofill. So if you want to end up with randos, pick this one. If you want to only be you and any person of your friends you select and invite or join, pick the second one. Then you can pick casuals mode. Oh yeah, there we go. 12 players with 88 AI. So 12 players max. So technically if you had 12 single man squads, you'd have 12 players to worry about. But obviously they can get killed by the bots who are dead aim. Or by doing accidental things like running into a wall with a bike. So I am randomly going off on any topic that comes to mind. I'm overloading you with information in the hope that some of it will get into your brains. And also just to fill the time. So, Karakin's the next one I tend to go for in big team battles. 60. So Karakin's an odd map in that you can only have 64 people on it. I think you can still only go down to 32 max. You know what? Because I think more people are coming, I'm going to stick to a much lower number. Yeah. 10. Just because I have a feeling everybody needs to be in teams. And I don't know how many people we can expect. You can change when you're, so this is something for custom people, custom makers. You can change everything in here once you're in the game except for the map. So I've got to pick which map, and I shouldn't have set the other things first before picking a map, because picking a map and putting in a password basically changes everything. How did I manage to change the map? I must have off. Oh my god. Right. Also, the problematic is up and down on this changes the number, not the selection. You've got to use the D-pad for that. That's what I was struggling out with then. So let's do back to P32 Training Camp TC. But yeah, so you can, if you go into the match settings, you can save settings and load settings. So you can basically do all of the rules, save, and then load it up. So if I go to my load, I won't do this. You can see I've got a load of ones that are saved. So this is how I can change to Miramar in this, and then I just have to reset all the settings myself back to whatever my normal one is. So that's a quick way of being in a game, seeing who comes in, asking, where do you guys want to go? Picking Vikendi, Diego and stuff. And then messing on with the settings while everyone comes in. So I'm going to go through this again. I don't think I needed to, but it's good to do it anyway. I don't know why Sticky Bombs has a carry limit. I guess that's if you want to make it so people can only carry 10. Yeah. No, Gremlin's fine if they're doing casuals. I am just providing an area they can come and they can listen to me rambling. Maybe get some hints from what I say. If they can figure out what all my mumbling is. You can go away and play casuals if you want, I don't mind. The whole point of this is to share knowledge, so this means that basically no one will be able to hurt each other. Lost that image again. Image. Why did I close the image that I was looking for? I don't think I need this open. But you're going to need that image several times. Why on earth did I close it? It's like hidden in like 3 layers down as well. Well, not 3, 6. If you can hear my clicking, you can tell I'm going several layers down to get to this image. So yeah, you want to put 1. If you ever want to reduce something to really tiny circles really quickly, you want to put things to phase 1. If you put them to 0, especially the phase 1 delay, you can end up screwing the circles completely. I mean, I don't even think I need to do phase 4 there. I just need to set this to shrink and then do 100 times damage. So Karakin has black zones, which are purple in colour, and I don't think my colour mode changes what I like. But that is the opposite of the other one, where you don't want to be in buildings. You also don't want to be next to buildings, because the buildings will produce shrapnel that will then hurt you. So I confirm. Ooh, more people. Mike. So I'm just going to quickly take a toilet break, because I've been having too many energy drinks and just cups of tea. So I'll probably start when I come back. If other people have joined us, then yay. If no one has, then that's fine. And I'll also try to remember while I'm gone what I've talked about and what I haven't talked about. Meow. Scratch the toilet break. Oh, camera can't focus. I'm here. Camera. Camera. Hello. I'm just a blob now. Camera. Focus. There you go. Did I have to look away for the camera to focus? Who knows? So my toilet break will be later because Liberty is still in the bathroom. I half feel like you should have gone into Team 2, Mike. You'll have learnt so much more, but at the same time, let's unmute so that I can actually talk with you. And I will answer what questions you bring me, because I am general Q&A in Team 1, or whatever team I sit in. I don't know what's going on. We should be on Karakin. Hello. So yeah, this is Karakin. It's a very small desert map. You can see it's only 2 squares across. You can also tell when you're on chat because the bottom left. You can tell I'm talking because of the little icon next to it. You can tell Mike's talking because of his name. If someone mutes themselves, which you can do in the team management by pressing mute, you'll see it now has an icon of a microphone across from it. Other players can see that. If I mute Mike, you'll see it's got the microphone with a cross through it, so you can tell when they're muted or when you've muted them by what symbol's down there. So let me unmute Mike because I couldn't actually hear Mike. Go back to I think it defaults to 75. Hello. Sometimes I don't think Karakin has this bug, but I know Paramore sometimes has a bug where you can't talk with your team, so you'll see them with their microphones going off, but your microphone will never trigger. But also you won't hear them even though you can see their microphone going off. If that's not the case, it sometimes might just be that your headphones aren't plugged into the right. Mine should be. If you are talking, Mike, I can't hear you, and I don't know why. I'm not in a party chat, which sometimes causes issues. So yeah, this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major settlements. There are some places you shouldn't go. There's this area here, and this one over here. You can go there, but you won't. I'm going to say let's go over here to Mike, who I think can hear me, but I can't hear him. For those 2 areas that I was talking about, you need a sticky bomb in order to get into. So I'm just going to go over towards Nemo, because there's a couple of places over here. You'll find some people just name them. Me, I, and some other people will just name a place based on a shortened version. So this is Nemo. Cargo ship, obviously, Bassahar, here, Alabar. That's the black zone, but it's purple. You might have a slightly different purple, but I thought it would be different when I changed my colour mode. It didn't seem to change. Hello, Dougie. So watch out for buildings. Anything you hit, if you fall far enough, will hurt you. You can grab hold of ledges sometimes when you're falling. So what I'm going to find is I want to find sticky bombs, which look like white cubes on the floor. And the reason I want to find them is I want to show you. Backpack. Yeah. Karakin's odd, and it's one of the places that doesn't really have scopes. You can find about 3 scope is probably the best scope you'll find outside of a bunker or a chest. Sometimes you can't find anything better than a 2. I would say stick to a 3, but if you find a Winchester comes with its own scope. It's a 4.5 weapon. So that's a good range weapon for this one. It's much slower and you do need a bullet loop on it. So this is a sticky bomb. It's 4 on it, set to 12. I wonder if that goes down when you throw it. Probably not. It's probably not that far out. I'm pressing R1 to switch to first person. If I hold triangle, I can put it over because it's my only weapon. It's why I picked it out. So I thought I set these to 15 minutes. The timer to me doesn't seem to be right. Or I'm paying zero attention. Been in here. One thing about the timer when you're making custom matches is some maps, I think Diego, I think Sandhawk, which is the jungle one, I think maybe Rondo, have dynamic circles, which means the circle will come in faster, be smaller, depending on how many people are on the map. So you can't necessarily set up a custom in there with circles that'll work properly. The data at the top left of my screen is packet data. You can touch that on in settings. I just do it to see how much packet loss I'm getting. I like information. So I've only found one sticky bomb so far. Mike's been very accommodating to the fact that I'm talking to the void. Oh, this is actually a good one. This is a jammer bag. This will make you immune to the blue zone. I have a skin on mine. That's why it's pink. Skins are what we call cosmetics. There's a new type of cosmetic called a chroma, which is basically a skin for skin. Or an alternate skin, I guess. So, right, I've got one sticky bomb. We'll just do this anyway. So on Karakin, there are bunkers, hidden areas. So if we go up to the top of here and look around, you will. I'm also going to get rid of my horrible arrow. You'll see buildings like that over there. That is a bunker. Now, some of them, like that one, have red flags on. If they have a red flag on them, it means they connect to an underground area. Now, some of them, I think that one just goes straight down and goes nowhere. Others, like this one over here, go to underground complexes. There are some other places similar to them. So, like here on the map here, and also over here, you've got this and this. These are wall entrances to the same compounds. The ones with wall entrances tend to be the bigger ones. There's one over here as well. This one's a bit weird because this part of the... So you can get in through this bunker, you can get through this wall. If you enter through this wall, there's like an area here which is all flooded, which means you've got to swim through it. You can pick up items, but you've got to swim through it. And basically you can drown. Actually, I want to test. I'm holding my... I think I'm holding my... I wonder if I have to have a gun for that. But anyway, you can only get into these bunkers. Let's see if I can find that wall one that I was just talking about. I'm lost. Yeah, I'm going over here. So, see the red flag? That tells you there's a bunker there. There's also some symbols on the buildings that looks like a squid. I don't believe it's set to 15 minutes. But anyway, you need a sticky bomb to get in. Sticky bombs are not like other ones. You can only throw it. It won't start going until you throw it. You can throw overarm, or on my controls thing, if you press the left D-pad, you change to underarm for a smaller throw. So long range, short range, if you just want to put something like at your foot, like you want to roll a shock, flash grenade behind a rock. Anyway, stick it on the wall, it'll blow up the wall, and you'll be into the bunker. And this is where you're more likely to find things like force scopes and level 3 gear, I guess. There's also drops coming on, so I don't need to pick up all this. Usually you'll want to bring 2 sticky bombs with you. Sometimes they have them in it, because if you're running from enemies and they've just chased you in, you'll have to run through and break open the way. So this is actually a big one in that it's got this square area around it, which leads to different tunnels that leave. You'll need a bomb to get through them, but also this area has an inside bunker that you need to break open. So this is actually a 2-layer defense. So you've got the outside and then you've got the inside, which is where all these gold bullions are, and it's also where you get a load of different weapons as well. So this is a good snaffling place on Karakin for your team because it's got lots of guns, got lots of entrances. It's got the potential for good scopes. So if I go this way, we'll come out under that bunker I marked really early on. One bad thing about PUBG is that sound design wise, it's got good left and right sound design. It's not got great vertical design. So if you run past me and you're above me, I'll hear you as if you're on the same level as me. So, has it forgotten? Is Karakin one of the? Oh, that sounds like a mortar. It is a mortar. Karakin must be one of the dynamic ones I was talking about. I thought it was Sandhawk. It might be Karakin, which means that all the circles have forgotten themselves. So we actually probably have a bit longer on this match. Well, that's good that they're teaching them how to use mortars. So, in PUBG, when you see a plane means a drop. And if... Oh, okay, we died. We survived. If you see a plane, it's thank you, Mike, for joining me. If you see a plane, it's a drop. That means somewhere on the map there's a red box, unless you're on Diego, which does multi-drops. And Vikendi actually has multi-drops now. Which is somewhere you can go to get really good gear. Sometimes really high level healing. And also, there is Chinooks, and Chinooks are a newer thing which denote that humans are coming back, and that's to do when you've got recall areas, which I probably won't demonstrate at the moment because that requires people to die. Michael, you could have joined me and whatnot. I was just talking into the ether. So, next we're going to go to the newest map, which is Rondo. This is one of the bigger maps. So, it's P32 EC, all lowercase. TC stands for Training Camp, which is what we're kind of doing. So, on in while I set up the settings. Yeah. DBNA means down but not out. That's when you're knocked. If I turn it off, basically, if we were fighting with damage, if I killed you, you'd be dead instantly. You wouldn't be able to crawl, there wouldn't be no saving you. Revive time is how long it takes for people to pick you up. Damage is how long it takes you to die. I don't know if this number interacts with the when you're down but not out and taking damage, because now something they added recently, I can't remember if it was with Rondo or just before, you actually lose health while knocked faster if you're moving around. So if you can, crawl to a safe space and then stop moving around, because otherwise you have the problem of bleeding out before anyone can get to you. That's if you care about bleeding out. If you want to try getting revived, you can crawl as much as you want. Some people use it to find out where the enemies are. Right. I need to do a recalculation because I don't think I've calculated this properly. Or I'm just talking so much. Oh, I'll double check, Valerie. Although it won't matter, you can just shoot people in the leg. Oh yeah. Punch people in the legs to kill them. So, Rondo has an EMP zone, which affects things. Not shoot, just whack. EMP zone, which affects electrical stuff. So this affects your blue bags. It affects cars. Basically, anything like that stops working in the zone, which can basically make you a sitting duck. Especially, I'm going to turn off in-game challenges. Actually, no. For people who want to pick them. Oh, so it's only a probability of starting planes. So sometimes on Rondo you can get 2 planes that cross over. This is an interesting stat to see. So you can see that at phase 5 you no longer get outside care packages. So you no longer get the armoured truck. And then in phase 7 is when you lose the ability to call boxes. Right, back to here. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to change it to rectangle. So this is weird because it's in seconds. Now, I did 15 minutes times 60 is 900. There's nowhere 210 and 226 become 900. So how did I end up putting in only 210 and 226? 450. Right. Take away 90 off this. 3. 60. So this should now be 15 minutes. How on earth did the calculator say that was 15 minutes worth of time? 210 and 226. Ooh, more people. I think what we're going to say is I'm going to say go into whichever team you want, make friends. They won't have a particular thing. People can just share what knowledge they want. You're learning all the PUBG! Yes. Right, so now I am potentially going to go to the toilet. Let's see if Liberty has liberated themselves from the bathroom. And then we'll see how many people we have and whether or not you've moved around. And back. I'm not surprised, Dougie, with what picture you showed us in Discord that it's taking a while for your arm to heal. But as long as you get full movement back in your arm, then that is a great success. So, I'm going to start now. I need to update my Where's my calculator so I can remember what that is? I'm going to have the calculator up instead of the image that I had before. Got my little notes to the side. So yeah, I personally probably won't teach you much about weapons outside of a few small things. So Rondo is the newest map and one of the biggest maps. It's also brought in a lot more stuff. So it's brought in Haven, which is one of the smallest maps. In fact, it might be one of the smallest map. Brought in AIs. Rondo has those AIs around things called shops. So around the floor, there's currency, which is you can pick up for free without having any bag space taken up, which is, you know, useful. I keep getting distracted by the chat. So this also has fireworks on it. Loud explosion warning. So the point of the fireworks is just to tell people where you are and to mess on when you're in the starting zone. So, yes, so see here there's two planes. I'm on the one with the red line. This is where the other half of the teams might come in. In fact, both teams might come in that direction. Or I might not be on the plane alone. These are challenge lists, which are, I think, only unique to Rondo, so you do them, you also get the stuff. So if I find 5 smoke grenades, I'll get 1,000 coin. That coin is used in the stores. When the map starts, I'll show you what the stores look like. And try not to get myself killed at them. Sometimes these don't make much sense in terms of the reward. Sometimes they do. So healing 200 health to get the gemma bag is probably a good idea, but that requires me to get hurt by 200. Your life is 100, so I'd have to kill myself twice and heal up fully. Healing isn't just using bandages, it's also the boost healing. That's a vert grip. That's 200 to 762 ammo, which will probably fill a level 1 bag if I'm also carrying other healing items. Vert grip's a good grip to use if you want an all-round grip, if it can go on your gun. Where should I go here? I suppose I'll go wherever the store is. Go off what the store looks like. Anyone who wants to join us, you can just join us and just like go off and find a car and have fun. It is literally just open season on the maps. So you can go around, you can find out what it's like, where to drop just from experimenting. So you see these symbols? This is where a shop is. This is a level 3 shop. A level 3 shop, sometimes a level 2 shop will have AI around them. Much like Haven, if I go towards this one. Alright, it's underneath me down there. Yeah, I think it's going to spawn on that. It doesn't... PUBG does not have a good spawn distance. So if I get close to this in the air... it's much further away than I thought. That's fine. That's also a problem. If you hold on to this, you can make the mini-map slightly bigger, which is better for when you're doing cars. That you don't... if you're trying to get to the blue quickly, if you do this, you can see the road ahead much better. I don't know why I keep doing this. It's taking my hand off the screen. Rondo is one of the few places that has electric cars. There are gas stations here, I guess, that do the electric cars. Gas stations came in with Deston, which means you can park with your car at them and refuel them, whereas before you had to use gas guns. I will put this warning out kind of late, but anything and everything I say is based on my current knowledge, which means that half of it will probably be wrong. So don't take my word as law. Just take it as a guideline and a starting position. Oh, Rondo's kind of weird. It has bamboo. If you have a bladed weapon like your machete, you can cut these down. You can also run through them. Do not run through them with a car. Don't run through. There's a bamboo forest over here. Don't like try to take your car straight through here. If you knock over too many bamboos, there'll be so many it'll make itself think that you've crashed into a wall and you'll kill yourself. So, right. Here we go. This is money. It's BR coins, which is a bit weird because it's another currency now. I think it's Battle Royale. Mountain bike. Mountain bike's weird because it can go in your bike. It can go in. Actually, a mountain bike's a good thing to teach you on. Mountain bikes go in your bag. They take up all of your bag space if you're not wearing a bag. You go in, you press X, you deploy it. You can use it as a vehicle. If you go back in your bag and you have space, you can pick it back up. So it's something, it's useful to do. So if I bring it out, because I'm not going to have enough BR points to spend at a shop. If you're on it, you can jump. I'm using my left trigger. If you hold it, you get higher. If you... one of these, left button, rebel. Then it's the same for the car, back, forward. If you hold X, you can, on some machines holding X lets you go faster. If you tap it, you'll get out of your seat and you'll actually be going faster, so you can achieve quite good speed doing that. You can in cars as well. I think... I'm trying to remember which one it is. Up on my D-pad puts me in auto, which will basically put my bike up to just let you drive, no hands, turning. That will usually put you up to the fastest speed you can go. But I think tapping X and tapping this button is the better option. Whee! So you can get some good height on this. Mountain bikes you can hear from miles away as if you're riding a car, but they are probably the most silent one to sneak up on people with. So, I was trying to show you these like zones. So, if I head towards my marker, which you can see on the map quite clearly. You can see on the compass. You can also see it on my screen in front of me, but they do disappear off the screen section after a while, unless PUBG changed that again. You can drive through a few things like barriers if you've got enough speed. Oh, I think I can do the bamboo thing then, actually. But yeah, so you can basically the mountain bike acts like a car. But yeah, I wouldn't really do more than 4 pieces of bamboo if you're gonna shoot, if you're gonna get through them. So if you look at that building, you can see it's got purple lights on it. That means it's a stronghold for AI. Don't go there unless you're prepared to like probably get killed. Or potentially get killed if you're a really good player. So I'm gonna go number 2. Show you the shop. So I've picked up BP coin. You'll see on the map there's like radio towers. Those are for recalling people. They won't get used in this map. if you have to use them, they're quite loud, and also you'll see them blinking if someone's at them or used them recently, which basically tells you that someone's there. That's an electric bus. Those are apparently really good sneaking items. I should get in one at some point in time. Whee! So I don't think this one has AI around it. Some level 2s will. You can usually tell if an AI is nearby because you can hear them on a radio. You come in here, you go to this box, and you interact with it. And you can go to random items, weapon dealer, item shop. I think you can sell some items, so I don't think I brought any with me outside of a coin. So I might have to go find one. But basically, you come in here. This is unique to Rondo. You can go in and you can buy basically any of these weapons for the amount of coin next to them. It tells you your coin at the top. Fortunately, like I said, the coin doesn't weigh anything, which is a bit odd because they've made it so blue chips, which is the chip that you carry, weighs stuff. But this coin doesn't weigh anything. So let's go see if I can find an item to show you what we're selling. Oh, gas can, I love you. Right. I think most attachments have them. So you see these attachments have a little icon in the top left that looks like a BR coin. Where are you going, bike? It looks like that. So that means if I press you stop being haunted, please. If I go back to the shop, should be able to go into the shop, sell the item, and now I've got more money. Emergency cover flare. Some of these, like these, the emergency cover flare and the battle ready kit are unique to Rondo. Fully heals a player and fills boost gauge. So that's like a med kit. Although I don't think a med kit does the boost. Med kit gets you 100% definitely. I don't know if a med kit does. This dangerous. This is dangerous. So this brings down 3 triangle blocks. If I can find one, I'll show you. But it brings down 3 triangle blocks at a location you throw the flare. Not necessarily safely. They might end up on top of your own head if you're not careful. And they will probably hurt you quite badly. So yeah, that over there is a drop, which is the boxes which have red smoke coming off them. So you can also, in some places, just jump through the windows on the bike, but oh, grenades and smoke grenades. So gas cans are items you probably don't want to be holding. So grenades on my control scheme, that's right on the D-pad. Again, left on the D-pad changes for me between overarm, which is where the upper arc is bigger, or underarm, where the lower arc is bigger, depending on your UI. If I'm going to blow myself up here. If I press the trigger button, I get ready to throw it. You can switch what hand while holding. With grenades, you can't do this with other ones. You can put things away, I think, by switching gun. I don't have a gun to switch to. You can also accidentally drop them at your feet. Grenades are unique in that you can pull the pin on them early. Don't drop them next to your feet and that. So I believe on my control scheme it's L1, and you're cooking it. So that one bar on the right is how long until it explodes. And you can basically make them explode early. Which means if you're, like, if say I'm here and an enemy's on the far side, I'll want to cook the grenade until it's almost cooked and then throw it, but so that it's behind the wall. It'll blow up once it hits behind the wall, and kill them without as much hassle. But you want to cook the grenade if you can. Usually cooking the grenade is good if you know you're going to be able to throw at them. So I have it where you can see the arc of my throw So you can tell where it's going to land by the little orb, but you've got to get used to how far they throw. So I don't know, if I threw this, it's not going to get to that. If you jump, you can sometimes make it go further. That's a smoke grenade, which is good for cover. Some grenades do bounce or roll a little bit as well. Yep. But yeah, learn how to throw and cut grenades. Once you've figured out how to figure out distances for grenades, cooking them is usually the next best item. Cooking is also useful for if you just want to get someone, like I said, behind a corner, or a bot that just happens to be around the tree. Oh, look, that's a BP coin. Get me a helmet. Oh, actually, pistol. So on things like motorbikes and the bike, you can pull out small guns and pistols and shoot them. So if they haven't run off with my bike, I'll show you. I think they ran off with my bike. Oh no, I ran off with my bike. Oh well. I have 280 now. How much was the flare? The flare was about 500, wasn't it? About 400. I could buy another mountain bike for 200. I don't want to buy another mountain bike. Have they abandoned this because it's out of fuel? No. So let's see how fast I can go. Apparently it's really good. So that over there is EMP zones. That's the area where things will stop working, like the blue stop working. Usually it'll be a pulsing line until it turns on, in which case you'll hear a loud boom, even if you're close by. Oh man, I turned on the radio. Once it goes boom, everything will cut off in the area. How fast can I make this go? Nice. Oh, Bamboo Forest. Rondo's a really nice place in terms of visuals. So yeah, don't just take a car through the middle of this forest. You will likely kill yourself by running through too many bamboos. You can jump out of a moving vehicle. There is a limit. I don't remember what it is, but basically you've got to time wise. This thing. Ooh, pretty lilies. This is a beautiful place. You guys? So yeah, this is a level 1, so it'll have slightly different options. Oh, this one doesn't have the flare. I have to go to a second one. That's annoying. Hi. Ah! Cowardice. Actually, this is a good thing about sound play. Like I was saying in the bottom of Karakin. So you can tell, it's even better if you have 3D auto, but you can tell when people are next to you because you can hear them through your left and right ears. So you can tell when someone's going around you. Try not, if you're hiding inside a house, try not to move around too much because they can hear you moving around and they'll know you're in there. If you're hiding, stay still and only move like really slowly or by crawling because you'll produce a lot less sound. If you drink, or eat pills or anything like that, load your gun, people will hear that and know where you are. Also, pills and the energy drink, the cans physically roll through the map, so they'll see them if they roll out from behind, say, a rock in the middle of the field that someone is behind it, even if they can't hear it. Right, so I think because all the vehicles here are not electric, the gas can stuff won't particularly work. Here's a buggy. So, gas cans. The only way to fuel most vehicles is with a gas can. Some games, you come here and you would start pouring it. Don't do that in this game. Have it in your bag. It doesn't even need to be on your pocket. It can just be literally in your inventory. Get in the vehicle, go to the gas can, and then just press use. It'll fill the car. Gas cans won't fill the car all the way to full from low. I think it depends on the vehicle, how much fuel capacity it has to how much fuel you'll get back. You can also, if I get the gas can out, because it's a melee weapon, so holding up my upper button thingy it, if I trigger, I start pouring, so I can make a train of liquid. Because I was pouring it, it froze it. You can also do the throw button to throw them, as I did in the training camp, although that was a bit bitty. Hold on, if you shoot this or you shoot the can, it'll set on fire, so it's a great fire trap. The can will explode even if you've poured it out, which will then lead to a higher area. So again, it can make a trap, so you can like have the line upstairs and a few cans hidden around in a room downstairs, trigger that, firestorm underneath you. Just be careful you don't get caught in that firestorm, or one of your allies doesn't, although some people do that on purpose to their allies. Good doors. Most doors can be shot through. So if someone's gone in your house, you can shoot through the door to shoot them. You can also just get bored of using the door and shoot your way through them instead. You can't punch your way through a door, which I find really sad. So occasionally I'll just take a shotgun to a door for fun. Whee! Oh yeah, sickles will be useful to use on bamboo. Something about melee weapons. You can hit people with them. You have to get pretty close to hit people with them, but you can also throw them. Throwing them tends to do more damage, especially if you can aim it properly for someone's head. Head damage is one of the better damages, but obviously if they're wearing a helmet, you need to hit them in the face, because otherwise the helmet takes some of the damage away. I'm not entirely sure if that is also true for level 3 helmets, which have a faceplate. So, sickle down I'm going to kill the bamboo trees now. Yeah. Fortunately, the trees don't fall on you. So in other games, I'd be getting crushed by the trees. I think a machete takes about 2 hits, whereas a sickle seems to be the fastest speed. And time for the next map. I'll show you quickly something that you can see on your inventory when you're out here that some people might find useful. So if you go up through the top to match history, it'll tell you where you position, but you can also see how you're doing in terms of hitting people. So you can tell, so if I go, over to career, over to match history, and you can see these match histories. You can go into them, and you can see on this right where you've been hitting, so you can tell if you've been doing headshots, or you can tell if you're actually managing to stomach a lot. I don't know why the groin area is a separate area on this thing, but different areas have different vulnerabilities. So apparently if you use SMGs on the limbs, the arms and the feet, possibly the head as well, you get extra damage. So if you're carrying an SMG, you don't actually want to be hitting center mass, you want to be aiming for the arms. Generally, actually, you probably want to be aiming for the legs. Because if you the legs don't ever have armor on them. The center mass has the vest, head has the helmet, legs never have any armor. So legs are a good place to aim, but they don't necessarily have a lot of damage to them. So next area, Deston. P32 Training Camp. I might sneak into another person's team on this one to hear what somebody else gives to say, so you don't just have to hear me smaffling on. Oh, here we go. SMGs also have a damage bonus when shooting arms and legs, especially useful for spray battles. Yes, so basically up close and personal ones. Excuse me. Rules. I mean, I don't think with the fact that I'm putting damage off and friendly fire that you need to worry about custom weapon damage. But I think this is more for sorry. Yeah, I don't think I need to edit that if I've got damage low, except for if, say, you crash into a tree. You can't instantly do customs yourselves. I think you have to be part of the PUBG Plus. I've got that because I'm PlayStation Plus, and when it became free to play, that kind of pulled over. You get more benefits if you're part of the PUBG partners as well, apparently. So from the conversations I've seen in the chat, I mean, this should technically be longer than 15 minutes because I've left the move and stuff in. Which I think is actually a speed, but it might be a time. Delay is how long before it starts, which is why everything's 0. Wait is how long before it starts moving. Move is how long it takes to move in. So yeah, it's actually, even with taking out the 90-second delay, it's still longer than 15 because of the other things. Although I'm not sure by how much. That reset everything. No. You can set squares, which are useful for if you want to like square around a specific town, but you've got to know where it is. I do. Is it Lunch Meet or something? Is a site you can use for figuring out the circles for things. It's where I did my calculations, my original calculations that were wrong. Gonna leave redstone on. I guess I can leave recoil on because you can maybe go down to the blue and figure out how that is. Flare guns, I'm leaving flare guns on, so you can maybe find a flare gun. It should still be P32 TC, all lowercase, that's the password. Unless I spelt it wrong. Have I still got tea in my teacup? Yes, it's probably really cold. So yes, if you're joining in, I have reduced the team numbers. Go to one-to-one sessions if you want. Come to big groups. I'm going to sneak in to Groblin's team because Groblin can talk about weapons better than I can. As long as we've got 2 teams, we can start customs, even if it's 2 people, 1 apparently. Although some people can't be sure if it's 2 ones or if you have to have a minimum of 4 players in the match in order to start it. You have probably better knowledge than I do, Groblin, about actual weapons, which might help people more than me. And also, I can't keep waffling. I'm going to give it a minute. So this will be Deston. So this is our 4th one. It feels yeah, I definitely haven't timed these right, but I think it's because of the wait time in the middle that I didn't time these right. Because basically I was going to go 15 minutes for each map, and then obviously some talking in the middle. So I don't think we're getting any more people. Might have got pulled away to casuals, that's fine. Let's go in, let's say hi to Groblin and Bexy. Masters of PUBG, both of them. No one. I don't think anyone in our community are necessarily masters. Everybody has their own thing that they understand to a good degree, and that is why we're doing these training camps, to share that knowledge, and also why I'm doing the live video more so recording purposes. So Deston is, I think, based on America. It's the only map that has those things, hovercrafts, really noisy hovercrafts that are brilliant on water, except for you can't control them very well, and then super slow on land, where you can't control them very well. So either speed and no control, or slow and no control. Hello. Huh. Why can I not hear you? You know what, I bet something's changed in my sound settings. No, that's correct. Have I accidentally set something in my settings to make chat audio? Open mic. Well, I should be able to hear everybody. I can't hear everybody. I don't like that I can't hear everybody. Is my line in not working? Is that what it is? Has my line in fallen out of my line in? Does it need a restart? No, I just permanently have PUBG bubble. Standby. So I won't get to hear Groblin's explanation of weapons. They get to hear me mumble and say, yes, Groblin. Okay, Groblin. I'll follow your lead, Groblin. So yeah, I have to hold left and then I can follow Groblin via AI. And by that I mean he can just ram me into a wind turbine of his choosing. I change to this. It'll combine the two things, but I might be able to hear you now.
Hello?
Ah, yes, there you are.
Okay, oh, I'll have to turn her back up now.
You mean because I can start mumbling at you now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Sometimes my headphones don't separate my audio out, in which case I need to look at the take the TV feed, and when they do, I use my headphone feed. I also can stop following you now. It's getting a bit close.
So, Lexi, anything else?
So, yes, you were going to tell me about why my Type A setup is in relation to PUBG.
Oh, I have custom setup, so this won't help me, but it'll definitely help other people if you do talk about custom A and custom B and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the main problem with custom A is sort of the ADS when you're looking down the sights. It's just a bit. It takes too long to go in and out. If you want to have like a big fight with someone. Whereas controller type B, it's more like what you would find in any other first-person shooter, where you just hold there's an aim. You just hold the left trigger down to use the ADS to look down the scope, and then let go when you want to stop looking down the scope. Whereas Type A is very different, and you have to learn a whole new set of.
You have to tap in. You have to tap the left trigger in order to activate the ADS rather than just hold it. So I find it easy because then I can stay in ADS without having to literally claw grip my controller.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand from an accessibility point of view.
Yeah.
But it does take that extra time.
You'll find I agree. I'm probably at a disadvantage when I'm playing against people with Type B.
I mean, I tend not to look down.
To go to Type B. Sorry, I did try to go to Type B after about 6 months of playing, and I just couldn't get on with it because I'd gotten so used to tapping and then being in ADS. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've played Type A for a while, so I know how it controls. I just, when I made the switch, I found it a lot more intuitive to the way every other game works.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't even realise there is a choice.
Yeah. I don't really play that many other first-person shooters, so maybe that's probably why it's I've just kind of gotten stuck on the
Yeah.
one type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I tend not to look down sites for a long period of time anyway. Because, well, it narrows your view.
Yeah.
I just look down when I'm looking at something specifically.
Yep. Shoulder sights or third person.
Sorry?
I was just saying the 3 different types of shooting. Third
Oh,
person, over the shoulder,
ADS,
or
sorry.
sights, which is ADS, I think.
Yeah, sights is ADS. I mean, third person is weird. 'Cause it never works very well for me, but for Ian it normally works very well.
Depends if you're used to it, probably, again. Like most things. Whatever you get used to is what you're good at.
I know, but it's... The third person aim is a bit more random. You can't control it as easily.
I'm assuming, Bexy, you hurt yourself the same way I did and jumped off a building, because otherwise I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know why we're both injured.
I've managed to do that in every single one of these sessions somehow.
Yeah, I mean, another option, which I don't do, but I know a lot of other people do, is custom bindings. So you can bind specific actions to a...
Guilty! Although I can't remember what it is I've changed.
That's helpful.
I just know that I'm on custom. In fact, I could probably go to my settings and look at my controller settings. All I know is I'm on custom, but I don't know what it is I've customized. That's how long I've been using it.
Some people customize healing, so they can use medkit, sort of first aid kits a lot quicker.
Yeah. Will this go in the back of this? It did! Yaha! I'm just mixing up the cement. If it can go in there, can I get in there? Probably not.
I mean, well, going back to the controller type quickly, the main benefit of controller type A is holding your breath is a lot easier.
Yes.
When using weapons, whereas controller type B, to hold your breath, it requires L1 and L2 being pressed at the same time. I mean, I've got used to it now, and it's not that bad.
I was doing it at the training camp. I can't seem to hold my breath anymore. I wanted to see if I could do damage to myself holding my breath. Because I know you can when you're swimming. If you stay under the water too much, you can hurt yourself. But I can honestly not remember if breath holding hurts you.
No, you just stop holding the breath.
Mm-hmm.
You can't force yourself to die.
Going off topic. Shotguns. Very good for close range. Some of them take bullet loops, which means they can reload faster. This is a truck stop. It's also a gas station. You can blow them up. The explosions are not as big as you think they are. But yes, blowing them up while somebody's refueling a car is probably the idea. Because you've got to stay for a while.
Sorry.
In a car to refuel it.
I wanted to blow things up too.
Oh, actually, can we... I don't know how you do it. Can we attempt a team somehow.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
it's...
see.
You're not going
Too
to
high.
do it very well here.
Yeah, let's see.
I'll do it on, against this truck here. So, to do it, you have to crouch.
Okay.
Then you hold the L1 button and hold square as well
Ooh.
on the PlayStation. Might be X on
Yeah.
Xbox.
I jumped. I did not succeed in getting anywhere.
Or was it just... Yeah, you got to hold L1 and square.
But yeah.
And if you're... I'll do it the other way around as well, so...
I bet that's different on my custom controls. Right, if I press R3 and I look at my combinations, L1 and square is limited interaction.
No. Oh, no, it's saying can't climb blocked here. Oh, there we go. So you should be... You should get a prompt.
Got your hands together, which means that you're trying to lift someone up. Normally you lean down and hold a hand out.
Yeah. It's not letting me do it on this. It just says blocked. Let me try this.
Let's try on this wall over here. Maybe.
No, it must be limited. Yeah, it's definitely limited interaction. Although some of these also
I've only
have...
found it useful in a very specific set of circumstances.
I'm coming over! Right, I can't seem to get it to trigger. I'm assuming it's supposed to give me the button prompt because usually it does.
You have to press LB and
LB.
And square.
whatever X is on square. You have to crouch.
You gotta hold them both down together.
LB and then.
Oh, co-op climb blocked. Okay. So it's not... There we go.
Here.
And then I just decided to start emoting while also picking you up. Okay, so it's unusual in that it doesn't actually tell you, except for the little message telling you it's blocked.
Yeah. It's quite awkward to do as well. Like,
You've got to hold it and you've got about 3 or 5 seconds before it actually... It's a holding action and you've got to be in the right place.
yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, that's new for...
The little
That's-
notice on the left saying.
That's new for one of the Rondo updates. I guess you could use this to help people with the ledge grab. Because technically they're jumping.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We'd have to science that one out.
So, this... Oh god. Don't shoot me to science it. So if you jump at stuff, you're mantling them. If you jump and start falling and grab hold of them, it's called a ledge grab. So there is a slight distinction between the two.
Yeah.
So that was a mantle. If I can jump and grab, which is a hard trick to show. Possibly because I'm not jumping at the roof. Right?
Is this too high? This is probably too high, right?
Sometimes you can achieve it by jumping while you fall. Am I still on your head?
Sorry, I'm just getting a phone call.
Okay. Hup. But yeah, gunfire is useful for figuring out directions, so we can tell that somebody is northeast of us. Depending on what they're firing though, they might be much closer than we think because of a suppressor, although that doesn't sound like a suppressed gun.
That doesn't sound suppressed, yeah.
Okay, Get out of my way now. Let me in this house. I want this pan. Add to my collection of pans. Also, this map has a strange fascination. A strange fascination with cat pictures.
Yes. So, what was one of the topics? It was what type of team player are you? Right? What's your role? So what would you say your role is, Death by Hope?
So I'm not particularly.
Oh.
Oh,
Comes in so fast.
yeah, but that's the thing. It's supposed to be a quick end to a 15-minute thing, so we can get to the next map.
Yeah.
We'll probably finish after the next map, I think, just because of the time. Unless people are really interested in it still going. Oh, left too quick. We will do Vikendi, which will be halfway through our 10 map tour, which is the only snowy map. It is one of the older ones, but it's an older one that, like Erangel did recently, got refreshed. Although, unlike Miramar, which got refreshed, Vikendi, I don't think, lost anywhere in terms of like some of the key areas people liked. They did get changed, but I don't think it lost anything. Oh no, Valerie. Well, at least you could teach. That's the joy of it. I did that thing. I've set the max players and the team players, and now I'm about to change the map. Where did I say I was going? Vikendi. So. So. Yeah, so basically, when it comes to roles and advanced roles, it's basically what your skill set is. So in terms of basic roles, you get roles in other games like support, DPS, then you can get things like flankers and stuff, which is more about the tactics you use and the weapons you're best with. So in terms of me, I'm not brilliant with close combat, and I'm not brilliant at shooting things that are moving, so I'm not brilliant at shooting in general, but I tend to be better with long distance. But my tendency is I'm pretty observant, which means I tend to work better in a support role, such as a spotter, in terms of spotting people rather than being a spotter like a sniper to figure out distances. Can't distance for the life of me. But also I tend to be good at sound-based hearing. So I'm pretty good at ambushing people / realising when someone's sneaking up on us. So I could be support in that way. Also, I have a tendency of being able to survive long periods of time. Doesn't necessarily help the team win, but does sometimes help the team get to higher up in the ranking, which, you know, sometimes is actually the biggest achievement. Now, there are blizzard zones in Vikendi. They take away your ability to see. I can turn bears off. I'm leaving them on. Don't go fighting bears. They are dangerous. Sometimes just being someone who can survive brings a lot of fun in, because the rest of the team get to sit by you and assist you with being support roles, even if it's unfortunate that they've died. But you can also, because of blue zone, because of comeback arenas, I think I've set that up. Because of comeback arenas and the blue chip machines, stealth players can be useful if they're not playing against people who steal blue chips. In that, if you can sneak around the enemy, pull them away from your friends' boxes, sneak around the enemy, pick up their blue chips, run off and revive them, or run away from the battle, survive. I think the blue zone comeback tends to be only zone 1, for phase 1 if they die in phase 1. You can then phase 1 they go to a zone. They do have to survive in that zone as well, so you can get people dying over there as well, but then they can come back in at a later point. I left this open. Haha. Sorry, person. Yeah, I suppose you could think of it like being the man in the chair, as it were, in films where you're the person who sits behind the computer but are in the ear of the person who's talking to you. You need to be careful with that sometimes. If they're alive and they say you're taking part in a live stream, you need to be careful because there is the issue of stream sniping. But you can also use it so that you can kind of stay away from the streamer so that they can keep having fun. Don't stream snipe. Teaming is another issue. That is where you and maybe other people you know go into the same game and you work together. Teaming, I think, there's a grey area for some. Don't do it to win games. You can sort of do it to do challenges if you want, so achievements, and sometimes the battle passes have challenges. Using enemies for that is using an ally to do that is sometimes okay, like getting your friend to come in so that you can both get in a vehicle together to trigger that achievement is all right, as long as you both agree that either one or both of you will die after succeeding at said challenge. Don't go teaming up to win a game unless everybody's okay with that for whatever reason. I don't think most people are. Sometimes it just happens on accident. You can sort of semi-team if you see allies in the field and you shoot them and say, oh, we're not going to kill them, but you should definitely properly fight each other at the end, because otherwise you might end up getting reported and stuff. I don't know how long Groblin's phone call is going to be. We've gained schnicked. I think we've lost a few people over the night, but that's fine. Like I said, it is getting on to almost 11:30 here, which is why I said this is probably the last map at 15 minutes. I do wish you could make it two teams of 10, but there are other modes you can use to do that. There's also platoon mode. Now, platoon mode's a bit weird. Basically, it splits the entire lobby between 2 teams, and then you have 2 teams or more inside those teams who are all allies, but they're not all in the same chat. So at the moment, I would talk to everybody in Team 1. Team 2 and Team 1 can be on the same platoon. You'll know they're on your team because they'll have a dot above their head of your colour. So it's usually a red dot or a red or blue dot. You can still shoot them. And the dot is not usually that obvious. So platoon battle, you have to be talking either through, oh, Schnick left. No. I think we're going to have to be calling it, Valerie, I'm afraid. Although I would like to see if we can start with 2. Just for science. I don't think we're going to get Groblin back. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll quickly see if I can start this. Yeah, we can start it. So you can start with 2 people. I'm not a PUBG partner that I'm aware of. I just have it plus. Actually, there is something I want to do for science, but I need a glider for it. Wonder if I can do that in Vikendi. Okay, we're just going to go for science with some mumbling. Try not to die, Valerie. Don't go chasing those bears, Valerie. That's all I ask. Let's see if it actually starts. It did do the countdown. It is starting. So you can start a customer match with 2, which is great if you want to do one-to-one training, but also want to teach friends something. Obviously, you need to... it's probably also good for exploring the map, similar to what we would do if we were teaching people where to go, which I'm sort of doing on the side. Bears are a thing. That's my favourite pastime saying on this map. That's a Paramore reference. That's when I first started playing PUBG, around the time Paramore came out. No, I don't want a Panzer Vest. I really don't know what Panzer Vesting is. I don't know why they give you football. Oh, neat trick for a football, if I can do it right. So if you jump, so the footballs go when you push into them, so that's how you kick them. If you do a run and jump at them, and you do it at the right time, you can properly lobby them. Or you can just sail over the top of them. What I don't understand is we've put 2 people into this match and it's got a 2-minute timer and I can't decrease the timer. I do wish I could, but it's more for people who have crashed, I believe, and also just because different consoles and different connections will probably attach slower. So PlayStation 5s tend to connect faster than PlayStation 4s. Usually you can tell if somebody is loading into the game but hasn't loaded in yet when you find an avatar that's floating in the air. Not by much, just by about like 1 jump's height. What I would really like to do, so there used to be a river through the middle, there used to be 1 or 2 rivers through the middle, they're now just pure ice. Something I probably won't be able to achieve, but I would love to try out, is if I can find a glider. One thing we've never tested is how high up. So they've added parachutes. Yeah, yeah, Groblin, I'm totally up for some casuals. Well, we've got low numbers. I can even do it on stream and we can just chat, unless people don't want it on stream. Oh, Triker. Yeah, I might start jumping out earlier and then just look at the look for it. But yeah, the thing I don't know is, because when you jump out of the plane, you'll automatically probably shoot. Since Deston, which was the previous map, parachuting from roofs has become a thing, where if you're like certain high up, if you jump off the roof and you're not over something that's like making the floor higher, you can pull your chute again. Now, I don't know if that's forced on you when you're in a glider, but you never used to be able to jump out of a glider and survive because you couldn't pull your chute. Now you can jump out and survive. What I never tested before we got the parachute ability was how far up in the glider you could jump out and land in water, because PUBG physics is very awkward. So I don't know if you would do that thing where you hit the water and die because the PUBG physics can't handle it, or if it would let you be fine, and then it depends on water depth, because some of these things, sometimes PUBG physics can be really interesting and it'll actually work quite well. Sometimes it's absolutely horrendous. So there's a car over there. I really wish there was a glider. The you'll be in the red church. Yes. I did see your parachute. Are you going to Panzerfaust me when I come in? Because friendly fire is off. I suppose damage is off. I suppose it might count, but does it count as an explosion? Grenades are off. I don't know if explosions are off. I've lost where my train of thought was now. Curse you, Valerie! I never know where my train of thought is. It's too much instant from brain to mouth that I never have time to process it properly. Even less so if I've had loads and loads of sugar and energy drink. Not much sugar tonight, definitely lots of energy drink. Oh, good. Hey, Beyblade! do. But yeah, sometimes PUBG physics is a pain in the butt. Also, back to achievements. Achievements can be slightly awkward because achievements and in-game challenges tick over slightly differently. So in-game challenges, if you have to kill someone with a gun, you need to knock them with the gun. Then you can kill them however you want, I think is the way it works. If you need an achievement, you need to knock them with said weapon and then let them bleed out, or or use the same weapon again to kill them, or knock them with any weapon and get your friends to then kill them with their weapon of choice. I'm trying to see if there's a gas can, so if we can find a plane. Oh, this is something on Vikendi. If you get a crowbar, you can get into these, and also into some buildings. These do have wearable items in them, so I found like the dinosaur heads from the Dino World that you can visit here. Folding shields are weird. They're supposed to give you cover, but I don't think they actually give you that much cover. Is Valerie waiting in the car? No. Oh, I'd love to go flying. Just a little flight simulation. No. But yeah, I knew she was behind me, not necessarily where. But I knew they were behind me because of the sound direction, so they're on my right at the moment. If your sound, you can L. You should always check at the start of the match if you're in a team if your sounds are the right directions. If you think somebody's on your left when they're on your right, it can really mess up your combat. I'm coming over to you now. So I can press X to change what thing I meant. Oh, some that you can't do achievements or challenges inside custom matches. They have made it so that's not possible. So in terms of cars, there are very few things you can drive through, but you can drive through straw stacks, not straw bales, straw stacks like that one you can be driven through. If you see a straw bale, don't go through it. Any size tree will kill you, sometimes even just a flat plane will kill you because it's a bump. PUBG is like, yep, that's a hill, you've hit it now. Are you going to take me to where bears are, Valerie? Are you being mean like that? My chauffeur is taking me to the bears. I mean, they are now. Now that I've put that idea in their head. So yeah, there is warning signs for when you're getting near bears. They're not that many, but you can find yellow signs which have a polar bear on them. But also, if you look at the map, there are areas like here which indicate there's a bear farm. There's also these which are like secret area ones. I think if I look over here, there's like a bear cave somewhere here as well, but they're not as easy to tell as this massive bear den. Ice is annoying on this map because it, especially if you've got tyres that are broke, you oh, you're going to take me to a Panzerfaust. You have a slight problem. They're very, very noisy if you're going over ice. Can I get this to run me over? It hurt me. In theory, that means it can run me over. Actually, there's some water underneath this. Oh my god, there's lots of Panzerfaust. No! Valerie! Ooh, very good. I always fall short. I'm just gonna... Oh, this is a frozen lake. Well, I'm getting off here then. I thought I could jump into the lake from there. It didn't work. Come back with my Panzerfaust. Teach me, your master of the Panzerfaust. How do Panzerfaust? Teach me in your silent ways. Also, don't run me over with the mafioso. They don't know that I've gotten off the thing unless they're paying attention to the stream, which fortunately they are. Hi. Thank you for picking me up. I like the detail in some of these cars. So you can see the actual speedometer is moving. I'm not sure if that's actually the fuel gauge in the middle as well. Although that looks a bit more like a secondary speed. Actually no, I think the first dial, which is also moving, might be the gears. Although you're not actually changing the gears. Or is it the revs? Left is definitely the speed. Maybe it's just the revs before you would go up or down in gear. Hello. Ooh. That's my Panzerfaust. You know, considering it looks like a comfortable mafioso, it looks more like a tank car with the chairs like that. That's a radio. This is totally a police car. Why else would you have a radio clip like that? Well, maybe taxis would have had these in the olden days. Spider. Oh, yeah, something about Panzerfaust that you've really got to be careful of. They have blast back, which means if you are too close to, say, this wall when you shoot one, you'll kill yourself from shooting it. I find that interesting that it's actually got the hand release on this one. Hello. I'm gonna look over your shoulder. Can I see you editing it? 60. Aim for the top of the line. I think I overshot, but that is closer than 60s. That's not bad. I guess it got fixed, but I used to have a problem if I could go down, but then I couldn't put it back up. This is the med kit I was talking about earlier. I don't think it gives you full boost, but it does give you full health. Let's check. Yeah, so that gives you full health. There used to be something that you also do. Boost, but that got taken out. Mortars. They can go in your weapon slots. They can also just go in your bag if you don't have a weapon slot. They only go down on the floor. You can pick them back up. But you have to have them yellow in order for it to work. You can't set one of these up on the roof of a building, I don't believe. Yes, Ken. Did I just steal the gas can you were going to blow me up with? I've gone all first person now. So yeah, see, I can't like put it up here even though it's a flat surface. But I can put it down here. Don't shoot one of these too close to like an overhang or a tree. It'll blow up and kill you. All the explosive stuff can kill you. How surprising. You're gonna teach. Were you gonna teach with it? Because if not, I'm sorry. Okay, teach me, master. I can't understand. Aiming. Wicked bullet drop. So I think a yellow, 4 squares, I think. For the small squares, 1000 by 1000 or 100 by 100. I can never remember the squares. So in theory, this is 100 from this. So that in theory is like less than 100 from me. So if I aim like that, can I get it? Yeah! Woo! Aim success! Murder! Oh, yeah. Teaching experience. I don't think we're going to find a... Show them what happens if you shoot me while I'm holding a gas can. I think you can... You used to be able to explode these, right? When people had hold of them? Huh. Well, I'm off. Fire is not part of the damage. I'm sorry, Valerie! Our learning session. I mean, it makes sense. The damage was bullets or melee, not explosions. So in theory. But I turned off. I turned off. Explosion, grenade damage. But it's not a grenade, is it? It's fire. But then again, I think we could damage ourselves from falling, so maybe there were a few ways you can do falling damage. But yeah, I definitely saw your character twitch a bit. Hello, Jan. I'm assuming it's Jan. Or Jan. I'm gonna go with Jan, because, I don't know, it sounds like it would be better. Yeah. Cute. So, because there's only two of us, I think we'll switch to casuals. But I don't know if we're going to stream them. But if we don't stream them, this is the end of the stream. If not, we will attempt this next week if there's no PUBG or the P32 Community's main channel, which is Platform 32, which is run by Ian Higdon. You should definitely go over there and subscribe and watch some of their videos. They made this wonderful community. But yeah, if there's no PUBG, this will be there to help train everyone, because I think this has been a fun session. I know you've mostly been listening to me mumble, but it's definitely something it is. I'm just going to ask. You know what? I'll call the stream. If anyone would like to join in for casuals, I think Groblin's making a team. Where is he? Oh, he's in a match. Courtesy, Groblin. The casuals do reset at like midnight. Hopefully more people will be around next week to teach them more stuff, but definitely what I'll do is, if there isn't one next week, I will wander around the groups if we have enough to make 2 groups, and listen to absorb everybody else's knowledge as well, because at the moment I've been saying stuff that I've remembered from different maps, and it's been a lot of all over the place information. So I hope this experiment has been useful to all of you, and I shall say sorry for the stuttering at the beginning. That was my fault. I have learned from that too, and I shall catch you all. I didn't change this fun. Well, you're getting a phone that looks a bit weird. But I'll catch you all next time I do a stream. Don't know when that'll be. It might be next week. It might be another time. But for now, ta-ta, and see you guys later. Yeah.